All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with.
My proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
I had to send a message real quick. That's my fault. I really had to send a message. It was important, though. It was
Okay, cool.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Taurus Comics in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions respectfully brings to you the 126th episode of the Four Tales podcast. I'm your host, Kyron Silva from Taurus Comics. Across the way is the periwinkle poet of Ace Blade, Danny J. Quick, and together we are your two award-winning comic creators.
We are back, baby! We are back! Okay.
Here to help you find your next favorite comic. We are live on the Age of Geekdom network via Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Apparently, we're not on Facebook because I did not do something right, so that's my bad. And it's too late to fix it. Oh. So if you're listening or watching this live, thank you for your support, but don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review this podcast because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. What?
No, you're good. You got it. That was great, man. I'm just happy to be part of the intro again. That was great. That was great. Shoot. How you been, bro?
I'm all right. I can't complain. Can't complain too much. I'm a little annoyed that it is. Oh wait. Okay. Okay. So we are on Facebook, but just only on our private pages, which sounds weird when I say it like that. Not on the Age to Geekdom's page.
Are we on OnlyFans? Are we streaming live on OnlyFans now too?
Dude, we might make more money on OnlyFans than we do on the Age of Geekdom network.
and all the other ones. No, I'm not. That's not my stilo. I mean, there's respectable things happening over there. How you been doing? All right? You been doing okay?
No, keep going. What is your knowledge of OnlyFans, Andy?
I don't know. I'll just be making up stuff. But no, man, I've had a solid week. The hurricane came through here. I think one of our guests is actually living in Florida. Maybe two of them are living in Florida. So I know they probably got hit worse than I did, but it's been flooding all around here. So I'm just happy that everybody in my house is safe. Had trees down in the neighborhood, all kinds of stuff. So, just glad to be safe and be able to get in and out of the house. And power never went out. So good to go.
I'm glad to hear that, actually. I was a little worried about you, but then I realized that it's you, so nothing bad happens to you. So
that's not true. But I'm glad that the general perception is that, good things happen to the Quicks. That's good.
Outside of your internet, I'm glad everything's working good for you. Right. You look like you're like streaming in the 1994 compact something. Like
really?
Yeah, you're so fuzzy right now, dude. It's killing me.
I don't know what's going on, man. This thing is. It says I'm at 1080. I don't know what you want me to do.
I don't know.
I'm at 1080 right now.
All a brother knows is that on top 5, I see no problems. When you come here,
I was super glitchy this week on top 5. I was in and I was dropping out. I couldn't hear what Victor was arguing about. It was terrible. But we're not here to talk about us. We got 3 amazing guests on the show. We're gonna go Travis first. We're gonna go Brian second, and then we're gonna go Steely. So first off the bat, the man, the myth, the legend, Granite State Punk, Voodoo Nations, Cthulhu Invades, everything, everywhere. Travis Gibb is in the building. Travis Gibb, how you doing, man? You doing all right?
I mean, I'm well. We talked about this storm. It's so bad out here, Kyron. It's so bad that CM Adams stopped making regular beer and they started putting flannels in beers. So I don't even know what a flannel tastes like, but it's just so bad. It's really, really bad. Or it rained and it hit the other side of the state and nothing happened to me. One of the two is true. I don't know which one.
All right. We're going to go with it's bad to try to get that sympathy vote for you.
Right, bad. I'm drinking a beer that's named after a flannel. Like that. Flannels aren't a beer taste. Like you can't. What does a flannel taste like, Danny?
So
what does
what
a
happens
flannel
if you
taste
pour-
like?
What happens if you pour that onto an actual flannel? Which one are you actually
No
tasting?
idea.
The
Does it
flannel or the
make more
beer?
beer?
Oh, okay.
Unlimited flannel beer.
Hey, you might have stumbled onto something there. But also we got Brian Wolf in the building of Wolf Comics, also who I believe is in Florida, right?
Yeah, Orlando.
Down in
We
Orlando.
were untouched. A little bit of rain.
Okay,
It was
okay,
good.
that's good.
You know.
That's good. You know, we got to keep Mickey Mouse and them safe. You're close to Disney, right?
Yeah, north about an hour, but close enough. Orlando's big.
Kissing Me is I've been to Disney World many times. We went last year with the family, and it was an amazing time. And then also we got Stonie Williams of Villainous, right? New Villainous Comics. You got what, 5 issues out now? 6?
Yeah, 5.
5 issues, man. Welcome to the show, man. Thank y'all for coming by.
Bro, you pulled that information out so quick. It's hilarious.
That's what I do, Kyron. It's what I do. What I do. We all welcome to the show, man. We're so glad to have y'all.
His last name is Quick, Kyron.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
He does it all quickly. I mean, hopefully not everything, but he does everything.
I can do it quickly many times. So y'all give us a quick intro to yourselves.
OnlyFans quickly many times. I have no idea where the show is going.
Other than the things that I mentioned there, give us a quick intro, all 3 of you, for people in the audience who may not have seen your work before.
Start with Travis.
You first.
Travis.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm Brian Wolf. I kind of just jumped back into comics after 10 years of being a stay-at-home dad. So I put out Gravesitter #1, Gravesitter #2 through Kickstarter. They both went really well. Gravesitter #2 is going to the printer tomorrow, probably morning, very early. And then I've got Steel Victory, which is our noir Super Sentai mashup comic. And that's a little, it's almost to funded. So I'm very excited. And you can check me out at wolfcomics.net. All my links are there.
All right. You want me to go next, Tony? You got it.
Go for it, Travis.
All right. If you don't know who I am,
I don't know
by
who you
now,
are.
I have not done my job. Like, come on. I am everywhere. I work for Scout Comics. I work for Band of Bards. I do a Kickstarter like every month. So if you do any Kickstarters, you know a little bit about me. I am doing whatever I can to create amazing books, collaborating with all my friends. I've collaborated with everyone here in this room on projects. Let's keep going. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, I guess it's my turn. My name is Stonie Williams. Like I said, I did Villainous for Mad Cube Studios. I've done a few things for some anthologies. I mostly work for Travis.
We all mostly work for Travis at this point.
He's going to laugh. I'm also a colorist. I do some stuff here and there as well. So.
Awesome. Hey, man. Well, thank y'all for coming to the show, man. So we see we got Cthulhu Invades fairy tales, man. And Cthulhu is invading everything these days. So, what was the idea behind this one, and how did it come about, Travis?
So we wanted to change course. So the first 3, Oz, Wonderland, and Neverland, are kind of a trilogy. So they kind of together. They have one story narrative that went through. A lot of really cool stuff with that. As we started to go into the next, public domain sources, like 100 Acre Woods, all that, we realized there was a lot of untouched areas. So a lot of the fairy tales that you love, like Snow White and Goldilocks and Three Bears and Beauty and the Beast, all these things have been untouched. So we decided to start the next trilogy of books. So it's going to be a 3 trilogy books, just the first volume of a 3-part trilogy. That's just us invading fairy tales. And unlike the normal one, it's going to be one-shots that just kind of tell short stories of us invading these different fairy tales. So it's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be a little darker. There's not one through narrative, but it's also it's going to have its own vibe and its own its specialness, which I like about it.
Now,
look.
the fairy tales that are part of this, are these recognizable things for the general audience, or?
Yeah, I would say we have 20 stories in this. You're going to know about 12 of them at least. So we've got, for this particular one, we've got Red Riding Hood, Snow White, Cinderella, Rumpelstiltskin, Billy Goat's Gruff. Did I say Goldilocks? Cinderella. What else do I got in there?
3 Blind Mice, right?
No, we don't have 3 Blind Mice in this one, but we do have the Pied Piper, which is a big one. I need to bring it up, is what I should be doing. Instead of why I'm looking at you guys instead of telling it. But yeah, you'll recognize most of them. I realized when I went through that we try to pick ones that everyone knows to get people excited, right? You're not going to get excited about some random stuff that you may not know. So we've got The Boy Who Cried Wolf, Spider and the Fly, which a lot of people we have Greg Alisi, so he has to be different, and he grabbed an African folklore lore from Apayoe, but it ties into all his good Ignase books, so it's worth it, right?
Yep,
Tortoise
yep.
in the Air, Puss in Boots, The Bridegroom, all the most of these stories.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's one thing I like about anthologies, man. I've been getting into them recently. It's probably Travis's fault that I've gotten into anthologies recently. Like I'm strictly, a superhero guy. I love superhero stories, but these anthologies, I want to say Lori Foster and them did one early back in the day, and then I saw all these ones that Travis has been doing. It's just pretty cool to get out like a collection of stories, just short stories that you can get in and get out of. And I think that's one of the things that's appealing about these. And of course, you got Cthulhu. So, I mean, the Cthulhu Invades series has been pretty good, man. Do you think it's more the Cthulhu fandom, or do you think it's just because you're invading so many different things that people are familiar with, that you're able to reach so many people?
I think it's the two. I think a lot of people do Cthulhu books, and they all do pretty decent. But you really got to do something special to make it. Cthulhu for a long time was not in the public zeitgeist. It was really hard. A lot of people didn't even know who Cthulhu was. But over the last 8 or 10 years, as Kickstarter, as game stores become more popular, it's become more popular. So I think that and invading with popular IPs is really what makes it good. And what I love about it is, and you guys have worked on it as well, a lot of us, let's be honest, we're never going to get that big two. We're never going to get that Superman or that Spider-Man. We're never going to be able to do this. But when you work on these anthologies, you have a character that's going to outlive you, right? That's going to be a long way past than Undead that you got to work on. Mm-hmm. And I think that legacy means something to people. So I think on the creator standpoint, they really love to be part of it because of that. And I also think because these are called perennial sellers or timeless classics, that people wanna read them and see our take on these classic stuff. That's why Disney's on its 12th Descendant movie or whatever the shenanigans is.
All right, so let's talk about this though, because I'm gonna throw you under the bus a little bit, Travis. So, like you mentioned, Danny and I were part of the first Cthulhu Invades, and then I was part of the second one. Why haven't we been back? What's going on?
Well, you specifically didn't draw the clubs on the cards, so that's why you haven't been back. I'm still angry about it.
Okay. That's true.
Danny, I have no excuse because he's just so talented. I'm just worried that if I let him in it, he'll find some loophole and it'll be an escape room at his house. He'll figure out a way to steal my IP. It'll be an escape room, and I'll be like, dude, you can't be stealing my shit. Be like, public domain, bitch, public domain.
We all know it'll just become Cthulhu Invades Ace Blade. I mean, that's just what it's gonna be.
That's what you really should be scared
about. Really, it'll be Ace Blade Invades, whatever.
You make a joke, Kyron, but I was like, oh, I get a writing gig on Hotshot, and Danny's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a crossover. I'm like, what the hell's happening here? Danny has been out to get me since I started in comics, and it's really getting out of here. Kid, thank you for bringing this up, Kyron. I'm really fucking pissed about it, really. It's out of control.
None of that is true.
We've all said Danny's out of control for a while, so it's fine.
So Brian,
Yeah.
so I saw your is it Tall Tales that you're working on this one?
Yeah, so it's the story The Owl in the Barn, which is one I was totally unfamiliar with.
Mhm.
Travis, yeah, when Travis told me, hey, you're gonna do this one, it's gonna be by Chuck Satterley, who's written some stuff. Travis will know the credits. And I'm like, I'd never heard of this. They sent me a Wikipedia. I was like, okay, I guess this exists. And then Chuck sent me the script, and it's this like escalating tale of horror in this case, of cosmic horror. But really, it's just a story. The owl in the barn. It's just an owl in a barn, but it's the noise it makes, and it drives this whole village crazy.
Wow.
Basically, and so he translated that story into one where, well, at the end, it's not an owl, it's Cthulhu. So it was a lot of fun to draw that.
Thanks for spoiling it for me. I wanted to read. No, I'm just playing.
Well, I assumed you knew Cthulhu invaded it, so
Absolutely. No,
I thought I was
What?
okay.
Cthulhu killed everything.
Build
Damn
the
it! I'm not buying this book.
no. I think one thing about these Kickstarters, man. I think y'all are the master of the screenshot. I mean, like the title window thing, man. Like the one that you got there with Snow White is great. Brian's this one with the owl in the barn, like just capturing that image right there where you got the town. It looks like the townspeople are charging into this barn and about to burn it down. Like that's intriguing. That's intriguing. Just off of those images right there.
Yeah.
I thought he was leading up to something with that.
And then
I'm sorry.
and
I was waiting on it.
then
Good turn.
Stonie.
Good turn.
Also, Stonie, I see you're working on the Bridegroom. That's the one that I'm unfamiliar with too.
Yeah, the Robert Bridegroom was the original tale. It's one of the more lesser known ones, but we had a lot of fun reimagining it and injecting some Cthulhu into that story and twisting it a little bit. We tried to stick to a lot of the original story beats, but while still, making it our own and adding Cthulhu-esque things in there. So.
Now, with such a big group of amazing creators, I mean, I'm looking at the list and there's like just tons of fantastic creators. How do you guys figure out who's going to work on what in your group? How do you figure out what story you're going to work on? Like, how does that work out?
Travis is he's the leader here, and he tells everybody else what to do, right?
Oh, okay. So he's Danny.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
He's
It's
the
just Danny and
ringleader.
Travis.
We all just do what
Well,
Travis tells us.
There is two wolves in each one of us. One is Danny and one is Travis.
Like Danny made me editor in chief of Fourth Wall, and I haven't done crap the entire time.
No, you've been working. No, I think it's pretty cool, man. Like that's one skill that I will say that I don't have, man. I know I have an eye for talent, but I do not have the ability to like assign people to jobs, and like management is not what I do, and that that sounds like a management type thing, man. And I just don't have that. So big ups to Travis for being able to coordinate so many people and so many talented people.
I'm gonna address the comment. Paige, no, he has not looked up Bidswick yet. I already know that answer.
That is the answer. I have not. I looked it up. I'm just not gonna play it. I refuse.
Are you guys
So-
familiar with Bidswick by chance?
If it's from Page, it's probably the same comic he's been selling for 10 years. So hopefully it's a new one.
No, it's not a comic at all.
It's a card.
Wow.
Game. It's a card game that's supposed to be like Spades. So,
Oh,
but it sounds like it's for old people, and I just refuse to play it. I'm not doing it.
Bridge.
I think we've talked about before that when I learned how to play spades, like it was so much shit talking that I just wanted to learn how to shit talk better. Like I didn't want to learn how to play spades better. Like they were like, "I'm running a clinic on you." Like, what are you talking? A clinic? Yes, I'm taking you to school. We're going to school. I don't know what's happening here. Like,
I'm in your first period
books,
class.
bro. And I was like, what am I doing?
Spades can get intense, man. It really can.
No. And I played with gangsters from Jacksonville. Like I was had a youth like thing like leading. It was that guy killed his cousin. I was like, over cards? Like that seems crazy. Like, I didn't put any money down. Like, what is
You should see
happening?
what happens when the Yu-Gi-Oh cards come out. It gets wild, dude.
It's crazy. I still got my Blue Eyes White Dragon.
So actually, Travis, going back a little bit to the management.
Wait, what? Stoney, why are you trying to get us back on track? We're
I know,
totally off the rails right now. What's going on?
Well, I was more, never mind. I was more of a Magic the Gathering guy myself, but anyway. When you have two people that are wanting the same characters and the same story, how do you handle that?
I just pick the one I like more as a person.
That's how most managers do it. That's how most managers do it.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I
match.
am biased and unbiased. Like, that's what's really good about Fairy Tales versus the other one. So the other one, if you got like a Pan or a Tinkerbell, like, I trust you as a writer, like 100%. Where because these are all one shots in their own little universe, I can do a little bit. I'm really judging them by the character of their story, which I think is super fun. So we've been able to really pick that. So when we get multiple pictures, I literally just pick the best one and with the best art. But I do factor in because, and I don't care who you are, you factor in like what kind of reach do they have, right? If someone has a bigger reach than somebody else and the story's good, like, so if there's two stories that I like one a little bit better than the other, but this guy's got a bigger reach, I'll probably pick the worst story just because of the bigger reach. But for the most part, I try to pick the best, let the best win, and do the stuff. But when I pick you for an anthology, we get you in it. We'll even if it's not this book, I'll get you the next one of the other case.
And like Fish Lee says, if everything else fails, you go by biggest beer, which that explains why I'm no longer part of this because I can't grow.
We got the progressive beers. If we switch Travis and Brian, we have the right order right there.
That's why I put you guys like
trim.
It's true, and I'm thinning too. Like, you can't see it, but I'm thinning. If you just put us through, like, it tracks.
I got luscious hair. So
I'm also thinning. Yeah.
I am blessed with the best hair. Like, I thin, but you cannot tell except for one small angle, and it's fantastic. My dad had it. My uncles have it. It's fantastic. And it's a really hard angle to see. It's like you have to live with this person every day to see that bad angle. Other than that, you'll think I have a great set of hair. It's fantastic.
I just saw a picture of me. My wife pulled out some old pictures, and there's a picture of me when I was 18 and had hair. I literally lost all my hair when I turned 20. So there's a picture of me when I was 18. I had hair, and I was confused. I was like, who is this person? I haven't seen me with hair in so long. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah, mine started going on me when I was 16, and I was in denial for like 2 or 3 years. It's like, no. It's always been that far back.
Right. Oh, man. Okay,
it's the
so
most off the wall show we've done in a while. We've talked about everything but the book at this point.
Well, we got. That's what happens when we bring Travis on. He's the wild card, man. He's the wild card. So comics though. What do you guys do outside of comics? I mean, not necessarily like for fun.
Like, do you go on OnlyFans like Danny does? Or
I'm happily married, so I do not go on OnlyFans because I get in trouble.
I know.
Hey, if it helps sell comics, we'll figure it out.
I've actually considered is that an option on OnlyFans just to sell like behind the scenes stuff there.
There was a guy
I know comedians are doing it.
There was a guy on our Discord who did it. He kept trying to push it. The Discord, he's like, "Why is nobody checking out my comic?" I was like, "No one wants a receipt on their credit card for OnlyFans because we're never going to be able to convince our wife that we're reading your comic, dude."
Comics.
Yeah, Stonie, what is this charge for OnlyFans?
It was comics. I swear.
I swear, comic was. No, see, my wife would buy that though. Like, I don't do anything but comics. I'm a stay-at-home dad, and so like when I'm not doing comics, I'm reading comics. I'm selling the extras I've got. So it's just comics. So they'd probably buy that.
I love it. No, I'm asking because I thought that Travis, are you doing comics full time now?
A little bit. I mean, the economy's pretty bad, so I still do a lot of web design. But prior to the economy going bad, yeah. But no, I do marketing and web design. But I'm attempting to do comics full time. It's not quite where I want it to be able to pay the bills. But I'd like to, and it's more and more every year, but it's not quite capturing my stuff. But that's okay. I love web design too. For me, web design and comics are kind of the same thing because it's telling a story. I'm telling a story of someone's business, or I'm telling a story about superheroes punching each other.
Yeah.
Are you making more than you're spending?
No, I'm
On
making
comics.
comics. It's impossible. That's crazy, Sony. You're out of your damn mind.
Even I knew that answer, dude. Come on.
No.
But do you still love making comics?
I do. I went through a rough patch earlier this year. I'm going to be 100% true. I went through a rough patch. Not because I didn't love comics. There's so many people who just weren't. All right, I'm going to get in trouble. Pat Chan's probably watching this. He's going to yell at me. The booby influx that happened at the beginning of the year, just so many people. And I don't care about booby comics. That doesn't really offend me. But there was so many with lack of motivation or like heart. They were just like, hey, this is a horse. Let's see a horse with boobs. Cool. Hey, this is a penguin. This penguin's going to sleep with this dinosaur. And I'm going to give you this comic. And they're making 10 and 12 grand. I'm just like, come on. So I got really disheartened. But that seems to have leveled out. And only the sexy books that actually put in the effort are making real money now. So I feel better. But for a little bit, I was just like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
See, if you don't like the penguins and dinosaurs thing, you should probably stay out the romance section on Amazon.
Right.
That gets crazy. So
terrible.
Okay.
I got a new idea now, Danny, for a new comic book.
No,
We'll do a
you
sword
don't.
with boobs.
No, you don't.
No?
No.
Fights. Okay. All right,
No.
Brian.
Oh,
You
Brian.
mentioned you're coming back into comics.
Yeah.
What made you leave comics and what made you come back to it?
I was working a corporate job, and I'd been married for about a year, and we were going to have a baby, and I just decided my wife was doing well enough that I'll just take the time, and I did, and it was a lot of me in my free time drawing, and just trying to up my game as much as I could. And then I felt when I was ready, my daughter went to kindergarten. I was like, okay, I'll jump back in. I'll see what it's like now. I'll see what this world is. I was writing comics and drawing a little bit like 10, 11 years ago. I did a Kickstarter early on. I did Caleb Palmquist. I did something for him like early on. And then I just kind of disappeared because also social media was really toxic for a while. So I just kind of disappeared off of it entirely. And then I was like, all right.
He comes back during election season and says it's fine.
Right. Well, I've gotten really good at
this is perfect for me right now.
Yeah. I have cleaned my, accounts as much as I can. So I pretty much only see comics. And that's all I want to see right now. I've got my, whatever is on the side, I will listen to a podcast. Anything else is comics. And I'm trying to figure out how to make money and do all that stuff. So this is I'm on my third Kickstarter. This is my first anthology. It'll come together.
Yeah. No, I think that's a very good point. If you take the time to kind of clean up your feeds and block the people who need to be blocked, social media is a lot better. For me, it's been a lot better once I got rid of some of all that noise and stuff that was just, distracting me and making me angry. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I say that all the time, especially with Twitter. People talk about how toxic it is, but I configured my Twitter, so it's my happy place. I block very heavy-handedly, and so it's mostly comics, and like I said, it's my happy place. I don't get very much toxicity in there at all.
I found Sanctuary in Threads recently. It's a lot calmer than Twitter is. I don't know, but it's really nice if you want to jump into there. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird how much I was affected. Like I got depression. I didn't know I was depressed for years because I was just in a cycle that I didn't really understand. And then I was like, oh, this is like a thing. And then I was able to just calm it down just by shutting it all off and concentrating on my family. And, I kind of withdrew, but I feel like I'm ready to rejoin the world,
That's good. It's good that you can, this is not a therapy podcast, but it's good that you can kind of recognize that because it's, a lot of times people don't recognize it until it's too late. So it's good that you were able to kind of pull back and see that it was affecting you and change some things before it got even worse. So definitely, definitely. And comic books definitely helps with that kind of thing, man. For me, comic books is still escapism, even though I put a lot of passion in things that I care to talk about and things that you want to enlighten people or you want to teach people. You may put in comic books, but it's still a lot of entertainment and escapism in it. So what Kyron? It's not.
No, I'm sorry. I should never do this, but I had to answer a message on Facebook, and that showed then Facebook refreshed, and it saw a comic creator, Carl Allstetter. He just posted a picture of his daughter, who's now has a booth at Amazing Las Vegas, and it just made me realize how old I am, because I remember when she was first born and following him on Facebook, and I'm like, fudge,
It happens. It happens, man.
we're old.
Hopefully you'll continue to get older. Hopefully you will. But this is a perfect time for quick takes, man. We got a triple quick takes edition this time. So Kyron, I'm ready when you are. Let's do it. Quick takes. All right. So if you haven't seen the show before, Quick Takes is a rapid Q&A session where we grill our guests on their deepest, darkest secrets from the internet, just so that our audience can get to know you a little better. So most of these questions were for Travis, but I think we can all answer these questions. I think I can get all of you to answer these questions. So
I think I gotta go, guys.
I mean, if you want to take a minute, I can tell you a little bit about Stonie. He'll love bringing it up on the internet.
Terrible.
I know way too much about his family. I never asked any details, but he keeps giving them to me.
Okay, that's got me intrigued. But all right, so this first question, I want to get this answer for everybody, and you can just say who it is, or you can give me an explanation. I know Travis, you're a big fan of the Ninja Turtles, like we all are, but I want to know, in your opinion, who is the best Ninja Turtle and why?
Is everybody getting 45 seconds, or is this just a group 45?
Just a group 45.
He said it.
All right, it's Raph. Just fuck around and find out.
Okay, all right. Same answer, Stonie, Brian.
Best
Donatello for me.
I'm gonna say Michelangelo.
Unless we're branching out and then it's Slash. Slash is my favorite, but if we're sticking to the original four, it's got to be Donatello.
We got all four turtles in the group. I'm a of course I'm a Donatello fan too. So we got and Kyron, of course, is a Leonardo. Really?
All right, so I'm gonna be the only part of this because nobody said Leonardo, and y'all are all wrong. So I'm gonna be the only part of this because Leonardo is the best by far. He's the leader. He's the best skilled fighter. I mean, he's the best. I don't know what's going on with these people talking about Raphael. Raphael is weak. He's just got anger issues. All right, like, come on. What?
This is what happens when you give a person too much power. This is what happens when you give certain type of people too much power. We want to kick our guests off the show. Just rude.
I'm just saying, he says that Leonardo's the leader of the group, but that original song said Raphael. I'm just saying.
That's true.
That's because they didn't. Whatever.
And we see, and we've all read The Last Ronin, so we know who, Anyway, so question number 2, and this one we can do for the whole group too. I just since we were doing Cthulhu, this huge monster comes and kills everyone. I wonder, this is kind of a dark question, but what would be what's the best type of apocalypse? Like if the world was gonna end, which type of apocalypse would you like to happen? Like, would you like to live through? I don't know how to answer.
I just want to state this. Danny makes these questions. I have no input on these questions at all. So any questions come up is all from him. I just want to make sure. All right, go.
I'm gonna say flash freezing.
Apocalypse?
Flash freezing. Okay. All right. I like it.
I'm gonna say robot overlord. I'm looking for the robot uprising and
Skynet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too real, man.
I don't know. The Matrix seemed pretty cool. We didn't even know we were taking over. We're just sitting in pods, just chilling. It's not so bad.
I'm actually preparing for the robot apocalypse. I'm really nice to Siri. I tell her thank you all the time, just in case.
Thank you, Siri. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your kind input. Hey, I love it. I thought somebody would. I think zombie apocalypse probably the worst one, but yeah. So okay, cool. Good answers. Good answers. All right. Question number 3, and this one is specifically for Travis. I believe you play Marvel Snap, right?
I do.
Yes. Okay. So give me. I'm a newbie at the game, but I've learned some clever combos. So give me your best Marvel Snap combo.
Oh, it's really hard, but the Hella combo is really good. So you start off with Blade, get the card on the right, stack your deck with heavy stuff. All right, you got to stack it with like the Magnetos. You've got to get your Infranauts. You've got to get Death in there. You've got to get them, and they'll go to the right side pretty easily. So you got to get rid of them. So you got Blade, and you've got I can't even think of her name right now. Thor's sister.
Hello.
You know, yeah.
Angela.
Angela. No, not Angela. It's not Thor's sister. The girl who loves him, who doesn't love him.
Sif?
Yeah, Sif. Yeah, get Sif. Sif's going to take out stuff. If you can get Corvus, that's a good one. That'll get you 2 in the extra energy. So boost up to have Jubilee in there because Jubilee's going to bring in one of these big guys. She's getting big guys.
Okay. See, I got it, man. I've been fortunate to play people around my same skill level, so I can win. I can win some, I can lose some. But the stuff that I've seen online, man, these people do some crazy combinations with these cards, man. And it's pretty cool. So, all right, appreciate that. Okay. Question number 4, and Travis, this is another one for you because I know that you are also a fan of the comic book 8 billion. Oh, actually, everybody can do this one. If you've read 8 Billion Genies, the concept is 8 billion genies appear all at one time. Everybody gets a wish. I want to know, what would your wish be if you had a genie pop up right now and you knew everybody in the world also had a genie and could wish? What would your one wish be?
Have I read 8 Billion Genies in this scenario?
No, you have not. No.
You can't use the answer.
You haven't read it.
I would probably be dumb. Well, it's not dumb, but I would probably resurrect a family member, whether it be my wife's sister or stuff, because I wouldn't think of the outcome of everybody else. I'd probably be very selfish. I'd probably do it immediately, no thinking. Do it that either my family or one of them. I'd probably do resurrection. I love gravitation powers. That's my superhero power, but I'd probably do a resurrection.
Either y'all got an answer?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna let dogs talk and just see what happens.
Okay, I like it. Stonie?
I'm a big overthinker, so I'd probably take a long time to choose mine, but find some way to make the most people happy.
Yeah, then you don't deserve a genie.
Right.
Brian already made dogs talking. What more do you need so to be happy?
That's the one thing. No, I think we all really enjoyed that series. That was an amazing one. I hope they do more. Awesome. Okay, so last but not least, we always do a top 5 list, and we can do a cumulative top 5 for us 3. So I want to hear y'all's top 5 fairy tales. What are the top 5 fairy tales? Greatest, best, most impactful to you, however you want to do it. Give me just 5 off the top of your head. What are the best ones from the group?
Boy, I like the cobbler where the elves make his shoes at night.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. There's an old woman in the bone. She finds a little bone, and then somebody's like, "Give me back my bone." It's really creepy. And then the Pied Piper is pretty great.
Yeah.
And I gotta go with Red Riding Hood.
Sure.
And then first top best, it's the owl, and you can find it in Cthulhu. Invades fairy tales.
So the best one's Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel. Robin Hood, I consider that a fairy tale because it's not true. King Arthur, also fairy tale, also not true. And then I'd probably go Snow White, but it's tough.
Let's go. Okay.
That's
Stonie?
not fair. They took some really great ones. Red Riding Hood, I think, is really great. I actually loved the Musicians of Bremen, which is not one I chose for the fairy tales, but I really enjoyed that one.
Okay.
Yeah, Snow White's a good one. What was that, 3? Um, yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah. Suddenly, I can't think of fairy tales.
It's
What are
all right.
fairy tales?
That's all right. We recently, actually last night, we're trying to teach my daughter about lying. My 8-year-old has become just, you know how 8-year-olds do. She's figured out that she can say something that's not true. She just wants to do that all the time. So we gave her the Boy Who Cried Wolf, fairy tale last night. We were telling her about that, and I don't think she learned the lesson, but we'll see. we'll see.
I
But the
started teaching my kids to lie at 8. I'm so sorry. Like I
Look
teach
the
them
other way.
how to put it in, how to be handy with the craft. I always learn you got to be handy with the steel. You know what I mean? Earn your keep.
boy,
Can't be a geek on the street.
Regulators, they got to mount up. They just got to mount up.
Travis is like, the moral of this story is that people are gullible, and you can trick them into all kinds of stuff.
take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. I love it.
Teaching
now
them con games. All right.
Now that I think of it, though, The Boy Who Cried Cthulhu would be a good one for the next book.
It's,
If
We have it in this one.
it's in the
Oh,
book.
is it? Okay, awesome. Okay, see, I love it.
I have enough to do 3 volumes with about 10 well-known fairy tales and other ones. So, like, not even in this one, we don't have Frozen, we don't have Beauty and the Beast, we don't have Three Little Pigs, we don't have Pinocchio. That's fairy tale. Like Robin Hood, King Arthur. You've got tons of other stuff that you haven't done. Princess and the Frog. Like you got really, really good ones. That it was really easy to do 3 volumes. Really easy.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all doing that. Quick Takes this week is sponsored by Gemini Comic Supply. If you use the promo code AceBlade at your checkout, you'll get 10% off your order.
Could have used that last week. Thanks.
Next time.
Spoiler, that pays your tax. And that is
Good.
Yeah, right.
All right, gentlemen. Well, this has been fun. We want to make sure everybody keeps up with you and what you're working on in the future. So, what are the best maybe social media sites or websites that people can follow you online? We'll start with, I guess, Travis.
As Danny advertised at the beginning of the show, I am on OnlyFans. Travis Gibb. Just search me. You'll see me up there. I share all my comics knowledge and gifts with the world through there, and nobody finds me. I don't know. I don't have a lot of subs over there, but I'm working on it. No, Substack. TravisGibb.substack. That's what I do. I'm a member of the Stack. You can come in there. You can get free stuff. You can do paid memberships and get free books from us. We actually give you free books when you back our book. Like when you back Neverland, you got if you backed the regular copy of Neverland. So if you backed like any of these books, you got a free book. Oh, not that one. That's a creative copy, but you got one like it. I got that. The one. That's the one. You got that one with a cool cover, exclusive. So there's all sorts of stuff we do over there, but we give you all the information of all the Orange Cone books we got going on.
Just want to let you know, I just subscribed to you on OnlyFans.
Thank you.
I use Danny's credit card though.
Use my.
Yeah, I think it's because I charge $25 a month is why I don't get a lot from it. I think that's it.
I mean, I'm sure it's worth it though. I'm sure it's worth it.
Well, that's why I learned the secret. Just say you have a lot of pics and videos. Just don't tell them what it is.
I love it.
All right. Brian, what about you? Where can people check you out?
You can find some of my links at wolfcomics.net. You could link to a webcomic I have there. You can follow me at Instagram at Brian Thomas Wolf. Find me on Facebook. I'm easy to find there. And, Steel Victory is got 10 days left. It's got $154 to reach its goal. and Cthulhu Invades the Grim Fairy Tales. Make sure if you get both, you get a print that I made with Cthulhu fighting a giant robot. So, go ahead and buy both comics, and I'll send that out to you. It'd be a nice little piece of art.
And last but not least, Stonie, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me across social media at Bald Bearded Bard. Like I said, Twitter's mostly my happy place. So, but I'm everywhere: Facebook, Instagram. I post all my stuff on ArtStation. Yeah.
Danny, where can people check you out?
Best place to find me is our website, fourthwallpros.com. Next up, we got the Lumberjacks Kickstarter. I do not have a date for it, but it'll be listed pretty soon. And if you want to find me on social media, it's at the Ace Blade on all social media platforms. Kyron, where can people find you?
You can find me at Travis's OnlyFans page.
Right.
I will be there tonight, checking
In the
out all the
comments?
pics and videos. But you can also find me at tauruscomics.com. You can check out all my books there. I am on Taurus Comics on all social media platforms. I will try to get back to that as soon as possible. If this is your first time checking out our podcast, though, you can go to our website, fourtailspodcast.com. You can check out all our previous episodes there. If you want to maybe subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do. We are almost at 200 followers there, so we just need one more subscriber to hit 200, which isn't a big deal for most people, but we've been building this up, so hopefully you can follow us there. But definitely come back next week where we are going to have Mr. Fish Comics, Fish Lee himself, on the show. We're going to talk about him. I think it's Ka we're talking about. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's something related to either Ka or one of the other books he has. Do you know what he's coming on for?
It might be Alice, but
that's right. That's right. Alice Lost in Wonderland.
Is he jumping Alice to Kickstarter now that he's finished the backer kit?
I don't know. I guess people have to come back next week, same time, to find out.
There we go.
All right, but until then, sayonara, goodbye, and everyone, please take care of yourself.
Peace.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.